Ryanair shareholders have told the budget airline's boss that the flight cancellation controversy is a complete cock-up. They have also demanded to know how Chief Executive Michael O'Leary intends to fix the reputational damage to the company caused by the cancellation of 2,000 flights in September and October. During a meeting with shareholders at the airline's in Dublin on Thursday, Mr. O'Leary admitted the company had made a boo-boo. He said that Ryanair will be taking back 1 week of pilots' annual leave to prevent the cancellation of any more flights caused by staff shortages. He also said that a number of Ryanair pilots are to be offered a €10,000 annual pay rise on top of a €12,000 bonus in a bid to plug the pilot gap over the next 2 months. Mr. O'Leary blamed the crisis on the mismanagement of pilots' holidays. One shareholder told him, "This is a complete cock-up. You should make a large donation to a third world country and wear your sackcloths for a few weeks." Other shareholders raised concerns about the reputational damage the crisis has caused to the company. Mr. O'Leary told them that, to prevent further cancellations, pilots who have booked 4 weeks annual leave in a row in October and November will have to reduce that to 3 weeks. A very big block of annual leave for pilots was over-allocated for September, October, and November, he said. 500 pilots with a 4-week block of leave booked for October and 500 in November will have to work 1 week of that leave. We will tell them, "We will make it up to you." They will get it back in January. We will be reasonable. Say a pilot has booked a family holiday to Australia, we will work with them. We don't need their agreement, it is in their contracts, he added. In a briefing to the media after the Mr. O'Leary said a number of Ryanair pilots are to be offered a €10,000 annual pay rise, where there are recruitment problems such as London, Stansted, Dublin, Frankfurt, and Berlin. He said pilots' pay at some of the airline's largest bases may be a bit on the low side. This comes on top of an offer earlier in the week of a €12,000 bonus to pilots to work on their days off to help fix the staffing problem. Ryanair will complete training for a further 120 pilots within 2 weeks and will recruit 500 new pilots over the next 6 months, Mr. O'Leary said. He insisted that this was part of normal recruitment and not connected to the current crisis. He also insisted that pilots have not threatened the airline with industrial action and that there is no problem between the airline and its pilots. When asked about reports that pilots are threatening industrial action, Mr. O'Leary responded, "If you want and need to ask your staff to give up holidays, no work to rule can alter that." He added he don't even know how there would be industrial action in Ryanair. There isn't a union. He also said there have been no demands for new contracts. The airline boss said that emails he had received about pilot working conditions were not from Ryanair pilots and added, "I view unsigned emails the same way as Twitter feeds." Mr. O'Leary continued that the airline has some goodies to discuss with pilots, but warned if pilots misbehave that will be the end of the goodies. He denied that was a threat to pilots against taking industrial action, saying, "I don't think that can be misconstrued as a threat." Mr. O'Leary accused some pilots of being precious about themselves and full of their own self-importance. "Piloting a commercial plane is very highly skilled, but I challenge any pilot to explain how it is a difficult job or how they are overworked," he added. He apologized to the 350,000 people affected by the cancellations. "I seriously regret these cancellations and upsetting and worrying 80 million of our customers last week. We are working hard and long hours to address the passengers disrupted last weekend. By the end of this week, over 95% of customers will be rebooked or refunded," said Mr. O'Leary. The 6 weeks of flight cancellations has cost the airline around €25 million.